Jimmy, do you have those numbers for me?
You are unmuted.
All persons have any business before the Honorable Beverly Canoni. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. School is now open.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alan Jackson. I have the honor and privilege of representing Ms. Karen Reed, who's standing to my right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elizabeth Little, and I also have the honor of representing Hands3.
Good morning. My name is Robert Alessi. Thank you for being here and taking the time. I have the pleasure of representing Ms. Reed as well.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Yannetti. I'm an attorney. I have an office in Boston and right here in Dedham. It's truly my privilege to represent Karen Reed.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria George, and I also have the privilege of representing Hands3.
Good morning, I'm Karen Reed. Thank you for being here.
All right, thank you. The Commonwealth alleges that
I noticed a Jeep pull up a couple parking spots down, and I was finished with my filming, so I went over to my car. Once I got in my car, he got out of the Jeep and he started literally standing there staring at me. So I activated my body cam and started recording with my phone. As you see, he's going to be staring at me right when I start recording, and he was doing that for at least 10-15 seconds. He goes to the door and then he walks back to his vehicle. Once I start pulling away, he also pulls out of his parking spot. So I figured what he was going to do was follow me. So I banged a Yui and we ended up passing by each other once again. When I was pulling past the police department to go park at the cemetery, I noticed who is now known as Colin pulling into the police department, and you can see his Jeep to the left right there. I pay him no mind because I'm not there for him. I'm there to document the police department. When I came outside, Colin was gone, and then Chris passed by me right here, and he went through the authorized personnel only, going around the back to the one-way exit on the other side of the building. When I was walking back to the cemetery, I turned around and noticed Colin passing by me once again right here. So I knew what he was going to do. He was going to go down and turn around once again. So I turn around, go back, and I stand on this stone wall so I can get another video of him once again passing by me. As it seems as he's following me and not I'm following him. Remember, D&E Pizza was to the right when you come out of the police department, and he took a left. And this is must be the second time he looped around.
so. While public comment will likely continue, the rule of law will be upheld.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Do you guys want to have a seat? We'll talk in the interview room. Give you some privacy. Yep. Hold on. How are you? So what's going on today, guys?
The process of filling out the questionnaire provides the opportunity to be more reflective as you answer the questions, rather than being put on the spot and asked to give an immediate answer. After you fill out the questionnaires, we will have you come up to the sidebar one at a time so that we can follow up with you on your answers to the questionnaire and your answers to my questions. I want to thank you in advance for your patience as we go through this process.
So pretty much I went supposed to work for him today.
Okay.
I went up.
What time? It's 11:30 right now.
10:50 I pulled in.
So 10:50?
Yeah, pulled in the front of D&E.
So you parked on Wash?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Is it the same guy that you saw before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And he got in his Lincoln, back to my car, hopped in my car, and drove away. All of a sudden, he was going the same way I was going. All of a sudden, he's right behind me again.
Mm-hmm. Did you go mechanic and then like kind of
that little swoop?
Yeah, you did a swoop.
Yep. And then he was driving right past me again, staring at me the whole way driving by.
So basically,
saw him go by, and he had his head every single time I drove by him. He was staring at me.
Sure.
With almost his head out of the window, staring at me driving by. And I turned around, and he drove by me again on the way here. And then when I was on the way, he drove by me after I turned out of Logan's. He drove by me again on the way here, and then he drove by me again. So then
on Washington Street. So
on Washington, a little further closer to Seasons coming. And then I turned around and drove.
He called me.
Called him.
I said, go to the police station.
So I drove straight here,
Sure.
and then he somehow ended up 4 cars behind me coming to the police station. I sat in my car for a couple minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. I was on and off the phone with my dad.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden I see the guy walk right behind my car, start recording my car in the parking lot, and recording all sorts of, I don't know, the building, everything. And then I saw him walk in here, and I actually saw his car parked in the cemetery. He was walking to his car, he turned around, and then he saw my car drive by, so he clicked, I think he had a GoPro.
Yeah.
I saw him click something right here, and he was, actually this time he was standing on the rock wall on the Randolph Cemetery side.
Yep.
On the rock wall, recording my car drive by the whole
Okay.
time. And then I pulled in here.
Okay.
So the only thing I can say is that I verified that's his car. Probably 70s.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna.
Yeah.
So it's a white. We'll call that. I'm just gonna call it an older American car.
Yeah.
So it's a white older American car. Is there any chance you guys got his license plate at all?
I didn't. I mean, it
we
might show up.
We might be able to figure it out, but I'm just. Did you get any partial digits? Did you know it started with a 1? Did you know it ended with?
Yeah, I never saw
no digit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Got him on camera coming in.
From what you're telling me, I'm not sure anything would be criminal. Obviously, you did the right thing coming here because you got to protect yourself. We'll see if we can determine who he is, but I'm not sure if there's anything criminal yet. But what would be important is if you see him multiple times, then you can articulate harassment and get those harassment prevention orders, which would, if he does it again, like the 4th time, it would be arrestable. So you would need 3 instances. I don't know what the elements of stalking are off the top of my head. I will have to look. Next thing I do is I'll go in there, I'll check what stalking is. But like for I would imagine, what this was over the course of 30 minutes probably would not constitute stalking as far as figuring out who he was for our reports and see if see like that's how you can figure out who he is, just so you're arming yourself with knowledge. I'll go talk to the supervisor. I will look up the stalking elements, so I'll educate you so you guys are armed with knowledge, because you should really. And here's a tip I tell people for everything: any crime you're wondering, what do I need to prove this? Google stalking Massachusetts jury instructions. If you want to do it right now, I'll help you. It comes with the elements and like little footnotes, and that's how the courts instruct the jury on how they need to deliberate. So you're going to have everything the jury would have. So you are armed with that knowledge, and you can articulate even better to us, like, this is what happened. We read them, and we try to suss that information out, but we're not mind readers, so don't ever feel like you're troubling us or anything like that. If you feel unsafe, we'll always come out, make sure you're all right. Take a report from you. The key to all of this, guys, would be documenting. Because if we don't document, then it's more difficult to prove. So what you have there is the 5 elements. Wait, it's 6 elements. And then to prove, each element. And then like there's notes on everything. So you guys are armed with knowledge now. So you guys know what to look out for. And please, if you guys feel unsafe, call us so we can document these. Because as you can see by the first element, you need multiple.
I appreciate your time.
Take care.
Thank you.
Anything you guys need.
Thank you.
After you guys.
I appreciate your time.
Take care.
Appreciate your time.
Take care.
Appreciate your time.
Take care. Anything you guys need.
Thank you.
Take care.
I appreciate your time.
Take care. Anything you guys need.
Thank you.
After you guys.
I appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.
As I said, it's my job to teach the jury the law, but I don't do that completely to the end of the case. But for now, I'll give you a brief summary of some of the very legal, constitutional principles that will govern this trial. You are muted.
Goodbye.